From the one, Hooker takes the shotgun snap, hands it off to Jefferson, finds a hole over the right side, into the end zone, touchdown Detroit Lions.
The Detroit Lions postgame show on the Detroit Lions Radio Network.
Live from the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, Mark Ryan here with you. You know, Dan Campbell has the unenviable position of having to temporarily kill the dreams of some NFL players coming up right now. And, you know, they call it Black Monday in the NFL when coaches get fired. But immediately after this game and in the days ahead, the Lions are going to cut down from 90 players to 53. And one thing I thought was really telling as to the character of Dan Campbell, he was telling us in our pregame show today that, you know, he likes to give guys that he knows aren't going to make the team a chance for other teams to see them. And you perhaps got a chance to see that in the second half here today. Detroit Lions head coach Dan Campbell down on the field with our very own TJ Lang.
Hey, thanks, Mark. Back here at Ford Field, we got time now for Coach Campbell interview. And, Coach, I'll save some of the hard-hitting questions for later. But first, I just want to know, what was it like just being back here at Ford Field? A heck of an environment there, even for a preseason game.
It's unreal. I mean, it is. It's amazing. You're telling me the third preseason game, and we got a packed house. I mean, I told the guys before we went out, I said, man, do you understand how good you got it? I mean, they came out here to see you guys play. I mean, it's a great environment, and our fans, I mean, I'm telling you, it's everything that you knew this place could be to this point is exactly what we thought. So our fans are unbelievable.
Yeah, it's really starting to turn into one of the better home fields, I think, in the entire league. Just let's go quickly through the game here. How proud were you guys of that resiliency that the group showed today? I know it didn't start off probably the way you wanted to, but for the guys to hang in that game and ultimately come out of there with a win, I got to imagine that makes you pretty proud as a coach.
Yeah, it does. I mean, because ultimately, man, we're invested in these guys. You know, we've been with them, most of these guys, since spring, and this group, and you're giving them everything you got because they're giving you everything they've got, and just to watch the growth and the belief and them acclimate to what we're about and how we do things, and to see them do it, man, you're just you're pretty proud as a coach to watch it, because you're right, it didn't start that way, but ultimately we finished strong, and we got the W today, so I was real proud of those guys.
You said you wanted to see a lot of snaps with Hendon Hooker. Just your overall takeaway. I know you're not going to know the full picture until you watch the film, but just overall takeaway of how he played today.
No, look, there was some obviously ups and downs, but I thought these things that when I see failure and watch him come back from failure, those are what give me those are the moments that I love the most. Like, that to me is where real evaluation takes place. And so to see, look, we 5 sacks early in the game. Some of it was him, some of it was the O-line, some of it's receivers. But you take 5 sacks, that a lot of times it's hard to get out from under that. You get frazzled, and he didn't do that, man. He just stayed with it. He didn't get frazzled, and he got some momentum going there and got better and better as the game went on. So I thought, man, ultimately I thought he was better than he was last week.
Yeah, talking about guys that are able to bounce back after maybe a mistake or two. Jake Bates, I know we've seen a couple weeks in a row now where, we'll see a miss and then we'll see him come right back and make the next one or maybe the next 2 or 3. Just your overall confidence level in what he's given you so far this preseason.
Well, look, I know what he's capable of, and I know where he can go. Like this, he's got a ton of talent, and I do think he is wired right. I really do. It's just going to take time. I mean, he's in this boat no different than Hooker, or, a young player that's got this. He's got a skill set, and I do think he's wired right. So we got to be patient. So I think more than anything is, I know this, he's got a leg to reach certain distances if you need it. Yeah. And until then, we got to set him up to have success while he grows. That's part of it.
Yeah, defensively, you got some nice pass rushers. We saw a bunch of James Houston, Josh Pascal, but one guy that's just stood out the past 3 weeks, Isaac Ukwu, comes up today with another huge strip sack.
Yep.
Gives a big turnover in that game, big momentum shift. Just what have you seen through with Isaac there since you got him in the spring to how he's developed right now at the end of the preseason?
Yeah, it's really like I talked about last week. I mean, this guy has continued to grow and get better, and every day in practice. Look, he hadn't missed a practice. He's dealing with a little bum knee at times, something that. And he doesn't miss. And he wraps it up and he's back. And he wraps it up and he's back. And he doesn't complain about anything. He's the same guy every day. He busts his rear, and he finds a way to make plays. And those are the kind of the guys you're looking for. In some capacity, you want a guy like that around here. I mean, you really do. So it was good to see him. It was good to see Houston make a couple of plays. So that was good on that D-line.
Yeah, I'll finish with this one, Coach. Obviously, I remember last year you said talking about how this is a very bittersweet time of year. You're gearing up for the regular season, but on the other hand, you unfortunately got to say bye to some guys that you've been with for a while. Just what was the overall message to the team being in this game setting for the last time as a whole unit, and really just how tough are these next couple days going to be on you?
Yeah, I mean it's brutal, and I hate it, and for them, it's worse. I mean, if you're one of those guys who's given everything you've got, but I told them that they've got my respect and the coach's respect, and certainly Brad's respect. I mean, for everything they've given us, and to put yourself out there and to throw your body into the fire and just do it over and over and over again. And I respect the hell out of those guys. And so anything I can do to help them, if they don't make it here, I'm going to do it, and we will do. So, and I that's really the message, man. And the other thing is this: some of them may not like it, but we're looking for the 69 best players we can find. And so some of it is practice squad because we're going to need those guys. They'll play for us.
Yeah, Coach. Well, we appreciate your time. Congrats on closing the preseason out with the win, and we'll talk to you in a couple weeks after Sunday Night Football, man. I know you're getting pumped up.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. We'll see you then.
Thanks, Coach. Talk to you in a couple weeks.
Okay.
All right, Mark, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, TJ. Up next, our player interview featuring the Lion who scored today's game winner right here on the Detroit Lions Radio Network.